Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Johnny No Cash, and you are listening to a brand new episode of Life with Johnny No Cash. And if this is your first time tuning in, well, welcome to my home. This is where I do all my shit from the back of the van right here. I've been living in a van now for 365 days, give or take. But I figured this would be a good time and a good opportunity to do some reflecting and let you guys know some of the things that I have learned deciding and choosing this lifestyle, because I am a totally different person now than I was last year. And I really want to kind of dive into mental health, some of the choices that we all have and possess, whether you choose to do them or you're too afraid, or some things that are holding you back. I'm going to be diving into this shit today. And before we do that, I gotta say once again, thank you all. I mean it, for tuning in, being a part of this, and supporting me with your love and your comments. And every time you guys like or subscribe, it just helps the channel grow. It helps me know that you guys are enjoying this kind of content, and I'll continue making it. So thank you all so very much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world. Now, that being said, let's dive into a full year living outside of society's man-made box. Here we go. I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny No Cash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny No Cash. Where I go, how the fuck I'll know I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans. All right, so I am still in Vancouver, but I'll tell you right now, folks, the moment that I hit stop and do a little bit of editing here, once I get the video posted and all that kind of shit ready to go for tomorrow morning, I'm hitting the damn dusty trail. I am sick of this city life. I'm going up to Squamish. It's midweek, so nobody's going to be around. I'm going to have a fire, cook some food. I might even make, a YouTube video for you guys, something to do with Crazy Monkey. We'll see. It's all up in the air, but I'm telling you right now, I have been dying to get out of the city, and this is my opportunity. So that being said, it's been nice. It's been all right. I will say that I haven't had a single problem in Vancouver parking or any tickets or anything like that. It was only on the island. The island was extremely anal about parking and just kind of living this kind of lifestyle. I find in Vancouver, it's very lenient. So if you do decide to, live in the back of your car, van, or whatever for a period of time, Vancouver seems to be a pretty safe bet. Sure, the city's a nightmare to drive in, but as far as, safety and not getting tickets every day for parking on the side of the road, this town is actually quite good. Just a little bit of advice there for you. But I need it. It's been a year that I've lived, outside of society's box, and I think I needed to celebrate by going out into nature and getting back to it, chopping some wood, smelling that fire again, because goddamn, that is what I miss. If I could survive living, in the woods for the rest of my life, I truly would. I really would. It's so the serenity and the calmness and the liberty of just being out there in the air. I mean, it's just night and day. Now, that being said, I know I mentioned that, this is a full year living in a van. And depending on how long you've been following, my journey or the podcast or just me in general, you'll know that I have had two vans over the course of this last year. I had old Dusty, and that's what I originally set out on. And then I think it was at the end of October, I ended up getting White Lightning here. So I think I've got this van slightly longer than I had old Dusty, but old Dusty did bring some incredible memories. And I just got to say right off the top, because I'm going to be diving in some pretty heavy shit today, it has changed my life. It has completely made me open my eyes and my mind to, I guess, the meaning of life. It's fucked Because, when I was in Toronto, I had it all. I mean, and what I mean by that is I was very comfortable. Financially, I had a great job. I had a great band. I had great friends. My family was fairly close by. On paper, it looked pretty good. But I'll tell you right now, I was not happy. I was quite depressed. I was noticing myself spiraling into this big black hole of depression. And actually, if you do watch the music video for Midnight, that sums up exactly where I was mentally and even sonically. The song itself is hands down the saddest song I've ever written. And that's I'm always very expressive with my music. I'm very honest, straight up. Like, that's how I feel. These are the emotions that are happening at that very moment. And I was really, really sad. Things were just not, I was wondering, what the fuck is the point of life? Like, just for me to go to work every day and then literally give my entire check to a landlord and then repeat? I didn't understand. Like, I was trying to grasp like the meaning of why I'm here. Like, am I just supposed to be making music like for other people to enjoy? I don't know. And not to get, super negative, but I was really confused as to what the fuck I'm here for. And the moment I decided to do this van life, to, start over, literally have a new chapter to life, I exploded with joy. The moment I hit the gas and reached 110 on that highway for the very first time, I realized this massive weight just kind of levitated off of my shoulders. The sun was coming down and the wind coming through the van, the tunes cranked. It was a euphoric feeling. And of course, I didn't know what was next. I didn't know where my next destination was. I didn't know where I was going. I wasn't terrified though. I was ready. I was ready for the road ahead. I was ready for the adventures ahead. And whatever life had to throw at me, I was fucking sitting there with a big old catcher's mitt, waiting for it to be pitched. And I just said to myself, this is something I want to explore. I really need to start feeling again, because I felt like once you get in a rut, it's so difficult to dig yourself out. Like, you just keep on digging yourself down. The more you start shoveling, I was noticing almost like the dirt was starting to close in around me. And I think once I made that decision that I'm ditching everything, I had to, really kind of swallow the pill of I'm going to be broke for the rest of my life. I'm probably never going to find a partner because I'm just always on the road. And as far as like playing music with other members, that's pretty much out the damn window too, because I'm just gone. So I was literally severing some of the things that I think are very important in most people's lives, but realizing that the reward was hopefully going to be that much greater. And all I can say to you right now is it is. The reward has been incredible. I've never felt more alive. I've never felt stronger. I've never been so satisfied with being alive than I have been lately, and actually this entire year. Now, of course, you're going to, go back into some of my podcasts and be like, dude, you were at a real dark place at this moment. But I'll tell you, because I had nothing really else to worry about, those darkest moments were all I had to worry about. Literally survival. And when you get into those kind of those headspaces of like that, you need to do this. There's no pushing this aside. You'll be incredibly shocked at how strong you can be. Now, I'm very, very fortunate because, here in Canada, I've got some of the greatest friends a man could ask for. And I mean, I have support. And it's just been so overwhelming to know that I've got this team or this army behind me pushing me forward and saying, you could do this, you could do this. And if something breaks down on the van, you guys are the ones to say, hey, have you checked this? Have you checked that? Make sure that you do that. And I mean, that just helps me so much more too. Now, at the same time, because I know that this podcast has inspired a number of people to actually get out of society and live off the grid and, start a new chapter in their lives. Now, I might just be the lucky one, and it doesn't apply to everybody. But, I'm just saying, it is a very difficult lifestyle as well. It's very lonely at times. It's very physically demanding, especially whenever you are off the grid and you have to, build fires and chop wood and haul fucking trees and branches out of the ditch just to keep yourself warm. I mean, it is a very demanding lifestyle, but it's so rewarding. Seeing the stars at night is something that you can't take for fucking granted. And because I've been in the city now for well over a month, it's starting to magnify my need to get back into nature. Now, when I was driving through, all of Canada, from Toronto, Ontario, right through Ottawa, all the way up through Sudbury, all the way through every province, right to the fucking tip, the southern tip of Vancouver Island, I was meeting people. I was seeing different walks of life, different cultures, different ways of thinking, people that were doing things that I was totally unexposed to when I was in Toronto. I've just had this brand new appreciation for people, for choices, being zero judgment to anybody's decisions in life. And that's the thing. A lot of people were looking at me like I was a fucking nutcase for deciding this. Like I was giving everything up. And I'll tell you right now, man, my family, I'll call them out right now. I was sat down by one of my uncles and he was asking me, why are you doing this? What are you fucking doing, man? What are you doing? I mean, I appreciate the concern and I appreciate, clearly he was looking out for me. I get that, but I'm a grown man. And I can make my own decisions and I can, decide on what I want to do. It is my decision and mine alone. And once we sat down, we were having some beers and I just basically just came out and said, I'm not happy, man. I'm not happy doing this kind of gridlock life. And sure, it might shave a decade or two off my life, but I need to live it while I can because tomorrow's it's not promised. And a lot of people are preparing for those fucking crutch days and those wheelchair days. You don't know if you're going to make it there. And I'm not saying don't save money. I'm not saying don't prepare for the future. I'm really not, because everybody's designed differently and you've got a plan, man. You got your own kind of vision for what you want, and that's totally cool. All I'm saying for me is I needed to live now because my depression was so bad. I really didn't know if I was going to make it. And, this is a PSA to anybody out there listening that's dealing with depression and sadness in those dark places that sometimes are so difficult to find the light. There is options. They may not be the options your peers and family wants you to go in, but there are options. And you should really, really explore them, at least the ideas. Put yourself in a whole new place for a week, mentally. You don't even literally have to move, but do some research, do some reading, maybe watch somebody else's kind of take on that new lifestyle that maybe you would want to try and see if that inspires you. See if you get tingly inside. See if it gives you them butterflies inside your gut. And if it does, maybe that's the choice for you. Because we really do have options, guys. Just because you're not as successful as your brother, your sister, and what I mean by success is only by the dollar amount. because that's, for whatever reason, people gauge success in just that level. And it's so fucking wrong. And it's such a bad message to people because honestly, in my opinion, and you can call me wrong or an idiot or whatever, that's fine. But in my opinion, success is happiness. And if you're happy, if you're enjoying what you're doing in the moment, fucking do it, man. What I've done in the last year, I don't think any millionaire in the world will experience my life. They might really like it. But do you think they're going to do that? They're already stuck on that money train, baby. They're already stuck on it. And for me, this was the greatest decision I could have ever made. I've been able to make so many new friends all across Canada. And what I mean by friends is like real friends. People that still message me to this day. I met a couple in Marathon, Ontario. We were fishing for pickerel. And they still message me every once in a while. Just checking in. Ain't that cool? When was the last time you met somebody in the city and now they're just checking in on you? I don't know. It's just, I feel so overwhelmed when I kind of reflect back on where I was a year ago and where I am now. And sure, my popularity as far as the music goes has plummeted. And to some people, that means that, it's a failure to some degree. I don't give a fuck. I'm happier now than I ever was. I'm happier now sitting in the middle of the woods by myself, fucking playing my acoustic guitar to the fucking coyotes than I would be touring the damn world. Like having to hustle to the fucking pubs, and like overwhelmed with people all the time. It's a night and day difference. And sure, people I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to do that again, but I'm just saying in general, would I give that up for this? And would I give this up for that? It's a very different world now. And I feel that, after the pandemic and kind of looking back on how people were treating each other, and this great divide that was happening, I was like, I want nothing to do with this. I genuinely like people. I genuinely do. But I must say, with the algorithm of Facebook and YouTube and what was being shown to me every time I turned on the fucking television, it was toxic. It was really fucking bad. It was the TV that was dividing people. It wasn't the people. It was the television. And fucking prove me wrong. I'm telling you right now, man, turn off that damn TV, get out. I mean, it's the long weekend this weekend, depending on when you're listening to this. But right now, we're gearing up for May 2-4 weekend here in Canada. I'm not sure if you guys celebrate it, in Switzerland or Norway or wherever you're listening to this from. But here in Canada, we got a big long weekend coming up. And I mean, I'm telling you, rather than watching that TV show that's going to be there forever, get out and fucking make yourself a fire. Get some marshmallows. Get some hot dogs. Get yourself a can of fucking beans. I'm telling you, man. You'll thank me for it. Again, some people love this shit and other people don't. But I would imagine that the majority of people that are listening to this episode at this very moment probably likes this lifestyle, or at least likes camping, likes getting out, loves nature, likes breathing in fucking air that isn't polluted, So try and get out there and get some exercise, enjoy some time with your family and your friends, or even by yourself. Whatever floats your boat, it doesn't matter. But I'm telling you right now, guys, life should not be lived indoors in that little box that you fucking hand over your entire check for. It's real sad. And I mean, the price of living these days is astronomically high. So I don't blame you for being like, well, I want to stay in my house for fucking 29 days of the month because I paid for it and it's expensive. Fucking sucks, man. But, from going from old Dusty and going through some of the the most difficult times I've ever had to endure, because of the rain and me getting smoked out because of my wood stove and being cold and wet and lonely and miserable for there was like 3 months there. It just fucking killed me. And now investing in a proper home, because that's what it is. This is a totally livable van now. Whereas before, it was leaking, it didn't have any heat. It was a rough fucking go. And I'll tell you, it's night and day from Old Dusty to White Lightning here, because this van is equipped and capable for me to pretty much get through any kind of weather or any kind of climate that I happen to go through. Now, mind you, I haven't experienced this van in the summertime, and I have a feeling because my bed is elevated that it's going to be toasty, like real fucking nasty. So, I'll give you an update on that when the time comes. And I mean, looking back, it's just so cool. And my friendships have gotten stronger. The bonds I've made with and remade with some of my closest friends are now stronger than ever, because when we talk, we really value our time together. It's not kind of thrown away. And these are the things in life that you got to value. And these are the things that you got to cherish and hold on to. Because like I said, tomorrow is not guaranteed. You got to live it. You got to live it now, because you don't know if all that fucking money that you're saving, is going to be yours or if it's going to be divvied up. So use it. Even though I'm fucking broke, I've never been happier. I've never been happier. And sure, I did a week and a half there, 2 weeks on set, and I got a little bit of money rolling in, just enough to kind of survive, and that's cool. And with this, I have no rent. I don't pay for hydro, Netflix, Amazon, none of that bullshit. I said, fuck you guys. They make enough money. They don't need my fucking money. All right, I'm done with streaming services. I'm done with Amazon and fucking skip the dishes and all that bullshit. I fucking cook it myself. I'm capable. That's the other thing. We're just getting lazier and lazier and lazier. And we're like, and it's just getting to a point where, as much as I love people, you piss me off sometimes. So, man, it's just, and I can't wait for another year. I can't wait. I'm going down south. I'm going into California. I'm going to Eddie fucking Murphy's house. So I can't wait to see what the new chapter brings me. New places, new smells, new food, new cultures, new currency, new life. And it's always, always getting better. That's all I got to say. This has been a wild ride, man. Literally. And I can't wait to get back up to Squamish there today. And I can't wait to do my fucking thing, because I just feel like I'm at home whenever I'm out in the woods, just exploring. And I'm hoping to hit up that secret sauna this time. Hopefully, it's not me and some other dude. But my luck. My luck. My luck would be it'll be the same fucking guy. Listen to that episode. It's fucking hilarious. It's called Two Naked Dudes in a Secret Sauna. But there's a secret sauna up in Squamish, and it is secret. The only people that know really about it are the locals, and it's hard to get to. So I'm going to probably hit that up, smoke a bunch of weed, drink some good old crazy monkey vodka. You know what? I think I'm going to get some beers. This weekend. I mean, it is May 2-4, so may as well. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you got something out of this. And even if you didn't, I hope you had a little laugh here and there, because I love getting behind the mic and chatting to you guys about, my lifestyle and how I've kind of overcame some of the hardest things that I've gone through. And I know that each and every one of you guys have challenges and fucking problems of your own. And by all means, I'm going to tell you this right now. I support you. I do. No matter what you want to do, if you want to live in that high-rise condo with the fucking nice car out front, that's cool. Whatever makes you happy, man, I support you. And not just that, I do want to say this right before I kind of tune out. I understand that, the comments are public, and sometimes I get some messages that are quite private, like very personal. If you guys want to reach out at any point, if you have any questions about, maybe you're on the fence of this lifestyle or something like that, by all means, you can send me an email. It'll be private. I will not talk about it. You can ask me, of anything you want regarding this, and I can hopefully guide you in the right direction, because I just want to hear more people living life. Sometimes I'll jump on the old gram or I'll jump on the old book, and I just see the same repetitive bullshit that people have been doing for fucking decades now. It's just like, Christ, live it up a little bit. Sometimes, salt and pepper's good, but sometimes you need good old Montreal steak spice. Sometimes you just got to spice it up a bit. But I got to say, thank you all so fucking very much for tuning in, not just listening, being a listening ear, but for being the people you are. I know that you wouldn't be listening to this if, you didn't support what I was doing. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. And I support what you guys are doing too. You don't have to live like me for me not to like you, but I do. I value each and every one of you guys. And if you're going through some bullshit, reach out, let me know, and I'll do my best to, give you some kind of advice to help you get out of that rut. Because, man, it's a tough world out there. And depression's a real fucking thing. And it's crippling. It can fucking break your back in two. And if you don't have the right support to help you get up, you might just be lying there for the rest of your days. But that being said, folks, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is actually the third full episode I've done. I did one earlier, and it was brutally depressing. I was reflecting on it, so I finished it all, and I was having a future dart here, and I was like, I don't know if this is the right approach for this particular episode. So I decided to plug it all back in, recharge all my batteries, and give it another go. So thank you once again. You guys kick fucking ass. If you do want to support the show, you can. You can go over to buymeacoffee.com/JohnnyNoCash. You can buy me a couple beers, maybe for this weekend, depends. If you want to get some merch, you can go over to JohnnyNoCash.bandcamp.com. We've got Stay Dusty t-shirts. We got shot glasses over there. We got bandanas. What else we got? We got some cool shit over there. It's running low, though. So this is going to be a limited time because I'm going to have to get some new merch at some point. So if you want, now's the time to get it. And of course, if you want to check out the old Instagram, it's Johnny No Cash Official. But more importantly, if you are going through some bullshit and you want to reach out to me directly, Instagram ain't the way. Send me an email to lifewithjohnnynocash@gmail.com. Give me a detailed message, because sometimes I get these DMs and it's serious, but I feel that if I can sit down in front of a fucking keyboard and process what you're saying, I can give you much better insight than from my phone. They're two very different things. But yes, thank you all so much for being with me for an entire year, 365 days living on the road, and I can't wait to get up to Squamish, and I'll be posting lots of photos and maybe even doing a video up there. But I gotta say, before we end off, I gotta thank Nickel 9 and Crazy Monkey Vodka. Thank y'all so much. This shit is amazing. These guys kick fucking ass. And I also gotta give a good old shout out to CRockLive.com. These guys are in Toronto. They're doing shit that not a lot of other people are doing. They're doing like live streaming shows. They've got a venue down in Parkdale that they're trying to turn into something big. So definitely check those guys out. Super nice folks over there, and they're great for the scene because it's a dying scene, and they're trying their best to keep it alive. So once again, you guys kick ass. I'm going to be taking off here, and I hope you enjoy your long weekend. Stay dusty. I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny No Cash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny No Cash. Where I go, how the fuck I'll know I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans.